Ba-dum bum bum bum.
Slap back, chat, Frat. Slap back, chat, Frat.
Slap back,
Jelly Frat.
slap back,
Jelly Frat.
slap back.
Hello, and welcome to Slapback Chat Frat, the online podcast, game show, talk show, interactive hub, where we talk for approximately 1 hour, and then it just kind of ends. But rest assured, there is plenty of content, loads of content. You'll be content with the amount of content, if not the content of the content. And in this week's show, we'll be tackling some big issues. By the end of the show, we will have created at least 4 memes that will break the internet, popularise the Slapback Chat Frat brand. We will have got to know each other a little bit better in a game of home truths, and we will learn something mildly interesting. And we will have also sketched out an idea for a bona fide cinematic smash in our blockbuster boot camp. So strap it. Joining me in the chat lounge of the Naturology department are Dan.
Hello.
Oliver.
Oh, well, hello, Joseph.
Hello, Russell.
Good evening.
And sexy new boy, Jim.
Hello.
So to kick things off with a little bit of informal chit chat, I like to call, hey guys, anything interesting happened to you, or that you think, or that you heard, or anything at all really, but it doesn't have to be great or that interesting, just say something. So starting off with Ollie, I believe you've got something interesting or that happened to you or that you think.
Something that I thought, no. No, I did a major, I was accidentally racist on Sunday manoeuvre. I didn't try to.
Times you can use the accidentally racist excuse, by the way.
It just came out bad. So we were going to my friend's house for a barbecue in a taxi, and we were just driving up through Stenton, which is a little area of Nottingham, and there's a shop, no word of a lie, it's called Islamic Relief. The actual shop, that's the name of it. And I was like, what the hell is going on with this shop? So I was like, instead of just going, God, guys, check out this shop, it's called Islamic Relief. I was like, guys, look at this shop. I certainly could get some relief from Islam. Obviously, the taxi driver was Muslim, so that went down like a fucking, shitstorm, basically. So that was my, that was a good move, right?
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, I think. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was
Nothing wrong with
okay.
the sentiment at all.
Did you try and improve the situation, though?
You can't improve that situation. I just quickly moved on to talk about, I don't know, eggs or chocolate or something, and it kind of, it dissolved the situation. It was fine. I think
What was the reaction of the taxi driver, Ollie?
It was one of the largest winces I've seen on a human in a while. Big wince. Ooh, not like a fun wince. So.
Did you not think to try and cover it up by sort of covering other bases and saying, plus Christian relief and Sikh relief could do with a relief from all great religions? That might have been a little way to cover it up.
I could have.
But also, I respect them all. Actually,
Yes.
now I come to think of it. And you know what?
They're all equal.
Islam's my favourite.
So that was fun. That was a good move by myself.
That was a good move. I don't know if this is true or not, or if this happened on a sitcom or someone told me it, but I seem to remember someone saying something along the lines of they got into a taxi because they saw someone who was of Indian origin in the driver's seat, and then the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm not a taxi driver. I'm just Indian. You're in my car. Could you get?"
That was me as well.
That was you, was it?
It wasn't quite the same as. No, it was slightly different to that, but that was me. No, I was on the way home from a night out, and actually, these dudes were wicked because basically they just had loads of people coming up to them trying to get them to take us home and that. And I didn't know. I just presumed it was a taxi. Pulled up outside a kebab shop. I just presumed it was a taxi, so I just went up to the guy. I was like, "No, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't suppose you could possibly give me a lift up the road. It's literally 5 minutes, but it's -10 at the minute. And I just can't get back." And they were like, "Yeah, sure, man." I got in the cab. I was like, "Mate, oh god, it's so annoying. You see 2 Asian lads in a taxi, and everyone just, in a car, and everyone just presumes you're a taxi driver. So everyone's so fucking racist." And I was like, "Shit, that's exactly what I thought." Hence why I'm in this car. I was like, "Oh yeah, scum. I hate people, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're a really nice guy." And I was like, "Yeah, we had a big chit chat on the way home, and it was all fine." But yeah, that was also me.
So why did they think you were in the car if not for it being a taxi?
He just turned up, just rolled up. hey, buddy.
I don't know. They just allowed me to. I think it's because I was like, "Oi, taxi dude," or whatever. You know, this was like probably about 5 a.m.
Nottingham is really not what I expect.
I don't know, but yeah, they were very, very nice people, so it was good. I think it's because I asked very politely, and I didn't reference any taxiing. I think I just asked the dude for a lift. In my mind, I should say, I was asking this taxi driver for a lift, but yeah, turns out he wasn't.
Well, maybe that's the key: politeness and kindness
And
overrules any confusion or religious intolerance that you may inherently have, or not. That's the key, isn't it?
Well, on the other hand, it might mean that you can get, using the same tactics, get free lifts from taxis in the future by just going, I thought we were just,
just bros.
I thought we were just hanging out. I thought you just agreed to give me a lift.
You are so racist by now.
and now you're making it all about money? Ooh, that's a bit late in the day for that.
Just nip into a hairdresser's, full haircut. I just thought you were in a chat. I like to know about holidays. You like to tell people about holidays, and now money comes into it, and you dirty this situation. I'm out of it.
Well, thanks for that, Fonts. We might have to start calling this, making a new segment called Unintentionally Racist with Ollie Fountain. Okay, Russ, have you got anything interesting or not that happened to you that you think or that you heard since we last spoke?
No, not really. I went to the beach yesterday because it was hot and there's a beach nearby, and it was Frinton-on-Sea in Essex, beautiful beach. And then I was leaving the beach, and a father was explaining to his son that the church was that they were seeing was the oldest church in Essex. And then the father said to his son, "That's really fascinating." And then the son said, sort of echoed him and went, "Yeah, that is really fascinating." And I thought, yeah, that's quite fascinating, actually. And that was it.
Yeah, no, that's keep the content up. It's all about generating content.
What I'm telling you there is it's quite a heartwarming story about going somewhere, listening in, eavesdropping in people's conversations, and being enlightened and refreshed by the world. It's quite a story that brings hope and love to the world. So actually, it's really something for you to inspire you for the rest of the podcast in terms of like your feeling and your mood and just how nice it was for me.
Well, the good thing about that, Russ, is that I think the more you think about it, the more you think, yeah, that is, that does something to me. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You just got to keep pondering it. And you've given us a little slice of life there. So Ollie's given us his unintentional, accidental racism. You counterbalance that with a little bit of hope.
Exactly. And it's something we can return to throughout the podcast as well. And I can give you a little bit more info about the day and a bit more contextual stuff just to really fill in that image in your mind of what happened to me.
Yeah, probably just going to leave it there for the minute. But who knows? Who knows? But
I think there's more to that story than meets the eye.
Is okay. Well, perhaps we'll return to that should we have time. TikTok.
Time's pressing on.
Yeah, Dan Reed. Anything that you heard, thought, anything that's interesting in your life?
I had a good experience. I run the Square Earth Society on Facebook, which is a very prestigious Facebook page. And I found another person who's got a page called the Cube Earth Society, and we've had a bit of a war. It's been very exciting. It's been he's very it's been he stole all my stuff. He's a cock.
What is your society all about, Dan?
It's about it's about promoting the thought or idea that the Earth is a square. Or technically, it's a cube, which is why his contentious point about how rubbish my site is. It's technically incorrect because the Earth is not a square. It's a cube. It's a 3D square.
Does he have a point though?
Yeah, no, he does have absolutely. But yeah. Also, on the last Slapback, this is a little bit of trivia for you. I rewatched it, and Dave White. Dave, I know, it's very exciting.
So you were the
I was the one. Yeah, it's always me. I am the one. Dave White does a little piss on the show, which is very unseen little bit of information for you.
Well, where?
Really?
I know, you got to watch it. You can watch it now and enjoy that.
I'm not watching it.
It's a good. He takes us on a little tour to his toilet, and then he stands while he's doing the show, and he stands there doing a piss, and then rolls off.
All right, I thought he was doing some painting or something.
No, he just did a little wee.
well, it's that we need to we need to go back and re-edit it and put a little teaser in to tell people, because that's the kind of thing. If you grab viewers early, that's the kind of thing they'll stay around for.
Like
camera.
Live piss on camera when podcasts go wrong.
Yeah. That's lovely stuff, though, Dan. Good
much.
to hear about your feud.
Yeah, it's a good feud.
Interesting what's happened to you.
I was sung a very short song by a man with an eye patch on.
That is good. What was the song?
But because it was so short, I actually do remember it. I don't remember the melody because I'm not sure it's enough time to grab it. But the lyrics were, "In 8 minutes' time, I will be 8 minutes older."
Nice.
Ooh, it's quite
And then
profound.
like that, he was just
Gone
he went
like the wind.
into the ether, to the crowds.
The circumstances of this. Was he door to door singing, or well?
No. So I was outside the library, having a cigarette on the wall, and he came up and sang me a song, and then off he went to spread more joy, I assume.
What happened 8 minutes later?
Wow.
He was 8 minutes.
Keys in the song, clues in the song.
Yeah. Well, he was 8 minutes older, I guess, as we all were.
Wiser, nonetheless.
Yeah. Not sure about what I said.
That's a lovely little slice of life there. My vaguely interesting thing. This is a fact that I heard. Female women, or just women, are the only females of their species to have breasts throughout their lives, and not just develop breasts when they need to breastfeed. So all other mammals apparently grow breasts only when they need to lactate and breastfeed.
But what
And
about
how did you
puberty?
come across this fact?
That's amazing.
Someone I did research, mate.
Okay.
Looking at mammals. No, someone, as with all the best facts, someone told me, and I did not research whether it was true.
Classic slapback, the classic slapback way. It's
That's
true
incredible.
for like now.
It's true if I haven't heard any different.
Yeah, science, mate. That's science.
Can you think of an animal with tits all the way through its life? Like big tits, not just not nipples. I'm talking full mammary glands.
Do you think other animals get more aroused by the titted ones when they like got their tits on? Do you reckon they're like, ooh?
I reckon so. I reckon you're onto something.
Yeah, like apes or
Yeah.
orangutans
Yeah,
probably
well, it makes
do.
sense, like biologically, because if they're lactating, they're feeding the young. They're
Yeah.
probably not pregnant. They need to get pregnant again.
Boom.
So if they're all like, "Whoa, check out this hot, big-titted ape," they'll have sex with them and have more, continue on the species.
Very nice.
Science.
And also,
Sorry.
by lactating, they're showing that they're fertile as well. It's like, I've done it once, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, right. Well,
This is like Blue Planet.
It's like Blue Planet.
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's,
Similar ratings too.
yeah.
That was a nice little slice of life, wasn't it?
It was lovely.
I think we've done some excellent intro banter there. I think we've covered all our bases content-wise. Should we crack on and get some more content? Are you ready for more?
Yeah, go. Let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Fill her up.
If you want to go
Brains
first.
open.
Yeah. Okay. So the first game, the official first game that we're going to do is a game called, what's it called, Dan? Truth something?
True truths.
We just done one bit, now is another bit. We done 2 bits, we just done 1 bit, now is another bit. Let's hope it ain't.
True truths. Okay, so Dan's going to take the lead on this. You want to kick it off?
Hello, it is me, Dan. For my game, you have all sent me some true truths, little bits of information, little nuggets of factual or infactual information, and I have collated them and then resent them back out to you. And the goal of this game is for you to guess which of these truths are the person whose truth they are. If that makes any sense.
Got it.
Perfect. Right. So, I don't know who wants to go first. Joe, would you like to read your true truths? So what's going to happen is Joe's going to read out four truths, all given to Joe by us, written, and then sent back to him, and then he's going to read them all out, and then we're going to guess which one is his. So
It could not be simpler.
Couldn't be
It's
simpler.
as simple as that.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. So I'm going to ask a question now. I'm going to read a number of responses, and everyone else is going to guess which is actually my response to this question. Now, to make matters even more interesting, I read them earlier, and I don't remember writing any of these. So it will be a surprise to me as well. So the question is, what is my favourite thing to do? The first one was your mum, brackets. The second answer was, I like to gently wind down with a fine selection of Tesco's The Finest, own brand of delicious cheeses, drink a small glass of brandy, and listen to the sweet sound of my new neighbours banging next door, as they endeavour to literally attempt to bang each screw of the floorboards down with each thrust. And as they near completion, I reach for a satisfactory ending as I reach for the Wensleydale and cranberry and pair it with a Hovis cracker, a winning combination to complement next door's ritual penetration, all before 9:30 and off to bed. Could have been me.
Solid.
Answer 3, what is my favourite thing to do? Easy. Part of my job involves teaching university students. I hone in on the hot ones, male or female, and gently but firmly squeeze their knees under the guise of education. That sows the seed, and the rest is just a few hours of Googling, a little bit of bin surfing, a couple of fake online profiles, and just the right amount of bitcoins to seal the deal. Taps nose twice. Nothing like reading your own stage directions. Okay. What is my favourite thing to do? My favourite thing to do, above all the other things that there are to do at the moment, is to have a refreshing and enriching sit. I like to have a sit all over the place, really. Sometimes on the rocks, sometimes I sit on grass, or maybe sand, on wooden surfaces and structures, but also on other ones as well. Sitting is great. The last response is, I really enjoy doing a thunderous shit. Like one you get a few months where it just lifts you clean off the seat, and you think, where did all that come from? Like a fecal TARDIS. So, which one of those was me? Do I actually like to do a lot of sitting? Do I like to stalk university students? Do I like to listen to next door bang? Or do I just like to do giant shit? You do your
Deductions.
choices.
Again, it's so hard to tell because all of them could be you. That's the thing about this
Yes,
game.
I know. It's like we know
Your
you.
personality has been distilled into a concentrated, paragraph there of traits and interests, and that's what makes this game great, Dan. That's why I love the game.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ollie, which one do you think it is?
I'm sure I've caught you with my mum before, so I'm going for your mum.
Okay. Russ?
I thought it was the sitting one, but yeah, let's go with the sitting one. That's what I think it's that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could be wrong, but that's the beauty of this game.
Well,
There is literally...
as I say, it could be that one. It could be the one after it. Both feel like I can just see you doing them.
What,
And then what was the other one? The university student one? I could just... Did you do that? What? I can't remember if that was the... Doesn't matter. I think the sitting one. That's the one I'm going for. Yeah.
Okay. Jim?
Well, as long as I've known you, Joe, I've always looked at you and thought that is a guy that probably listens to his neighbours bang. So I'm going to go with I'm going to go with that one. I think.
You know what? You're truer than you know. If I move into a place and the neighbours aren't banging, I move right out. when we bought this place, that was one of the first questions I asked the estate agent. They were trying to tell me, oh yeah, the floors are all nice and all that shit. I said, no, wait.
Tell me about the neighbours.
Are they banging? Are they going to bang?
And is that how you bring it up, Joe? Is that how you broach the subject, or have you got a slightly more delicate patter down by now?
No, I hold my finger up to the estate agent's lips, hold it there, and I just whisper in their ear, yeah, but do they bang next door? Like, can you hear them banging? Like, really banging? And I do that. Yeah, next door.
Dan, do you have a guess as well?
I'm not allowed to guess because
Dan knows the answer.
I know
In
the
that
answer.
case, Joe, tell us which one. Tell us which one is false. Go for it.
None of you none of you got it right. The one
Oh.
was that my favourite thing to do is have a big thunderous shit that lifts me off the seat.
Hey.
Unlucky guys. Turns out none of you know me at all. Okay, let's go with Russ. For
Okay.
your question.
Right, Russ.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm gonna just send you another one, Russ, just to make sure that
That's good. Thank
got
you.
them.
So this is my favourite thing to do. So to start with, I am especially proud of my long-held ability to mimic the sounds of any bird I come across. First learned as a boy on a rollerblading holiday on a tour of Saltash, I realised I had what is known as perfect bird pitch and could mimic any and all feathered creatures I heard. It makes me quite the hit at parties, as you can imagine.
Oh, that's false. That's false.
Second up, what is what is the question for this one? Proud.
What are you most proud of?
What is yes, same thing always, yeah.
I am most proud of my draft emails. The real ones are always a letdown. Okay, I am most proud of me and the joie de vivre I tend to bring not only to myself, but also to those around me. If I'm so bold as to quote my sixth form head teacher's yearly assessment of my overall performance that year, quotes, Russell is the kind of boy a head teacher can only dream about, and what he's done this year for the school and for his year, personally for me, can't be said for legal reasons. But let's just, great job, Russ. You will go down as one of the legends as top boy. What? I
Wait a minute, Russ.
where I knew
Russ.
the
Stop. You've gone.
Yeah.
You've gone robot.
Have I gone a bit digital?
Yeah, start that one again.
Okay. My proudest achievement. In 2009, I walked into a party where I only knew the person I'd come with, a girl. I was kind of dating her at the time. I wasn't even going to the party, I was just dropping her off, as I had to go to a gig that night. The room was listening to a guy talking as I walked in. Just as he finished his sentence, I said something related to it that was so funny that the place not only erupted with laughter, but the room full of strangers actually started clapping. I set out to get going, and someone asked my name. I waved goodbye and walked out to a room full of people chanting my name. I'll tell you what I said as a nice little topper when I do the answers.
Very nice.
And finally, what am I most proud of? Picture the scene. Me, Russell Garnett. Check. Popular TV panelist and comedy juggernaut Richard Awaddy. Check. Supping on martinis in Ronnie Scott Soho. Sure. After chowing down on some serious comedy fat, Awaddy excused himself to put on some Bruce Springsteen on the jukebox. Another drink? He asks, and quick as a whippet, I quip. Sure thing, R-Dog. Make mine a mojito, because I was born to rum.
That sounds
And that's
like
the
you.
thing
That
I'm
sounds
most
exciting.
proud of. So let's kick off with Jim. Which one do you think I'm most proud of all those things?
Well, just from reading your face during when you read the answers, you look very happy talking about leaving that room. There was a glint in your eye, a new sheen in your hair. So, yeah, I think it's the mic drop and leave to the champs.
Born to rum. Well, I think there was one where I was left where people were chanting my name.
Sorry, with the name chant.
Okay, the name chant.
Yeah.
Okay, name chant. fonts. Which one do you think?
I'm going to agree with Jim on that one. Name champ, definitely.
You think it was the true
That sounds
story
like-
when I went to a party
mate,
with a girl I was sort of dating
You told me
at the
the
time.
story so many times, man, and it's a
And
classic.
I was going to a gig that night, and some guy was telling a joke, but then I actually told something more funny, and people were
This is it.
chanting my name.
I don't know, from the Rust. It was my favourite edition of the Rust Chronicles, so yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
definitely agree with that.
Dan, which one do you think was the true truth of those anecdotes?
I know the answers, so I should be quiet.
Let's go to Joe. What do you think?
I think it's the Richard Ayoade Born to Run.
You think it's the Richard Iwadi Born to Run. Okay. So, the true truth answer is wrong. It was my draft emails that I'm most proud of.
Ah,
If your
That's a
answer
lot.
if your answer got pulled up, put your hand up. If someone did your answer,
my answer was the one where everyone chanted Russ's name.
That's a good answer.
how many people?
Mine was Born to Rum.
That was good. As well. That was
Yeah.
good.
Strong answers.
So
Well-
I'm not going to bother keeping score because I can't work it out. But so
fine.
far so good.
I think Webbs is winning so far. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Okay, Jim, do you want to do yours?
I will do mine. Okay.
So
So my question is, what is your most wonderful dream? So, my most wonderful dream is I dreamt I was biannually involved in a random parlor game / Eddie Murphy obsessed internet podcast that no one watches. Could it be real? No. It was too good to be true. This was in 1996. Every day since has been spent pursuing that dream. So I just had to give myself a moment.
Moment for the dream.
So, what is my most wonderful dream? Me, Theresa May, finger up the bum and a reach around in a field of wheat. Right, what is my favourite dream? I once had a dream I could fly high, really high, as high as the top of a window or a light bulb. When I went outside, I could fly higher. It was brilliant. I went as high as a wimpy. When I woke up, I was sad. So, my favourite dream. Gotham City was under attack by 500-foot multicoloured pigs wearing straw hats and overalls. They were eating everyone, so I had to team up with Indiana Jones and the Scooby-Doo gang. For some reason, Scooby-Doo was sick. We built this intricate trap inside a giant mini-golf windmill and almost had them. Sadly, they escaped and ate everybody. Or, the last one, I once dreamt I was part human and part bird, except the arms were human arms and the body was head and all bird. I was sat upon an egg, and as it cracked open to my excitement and then suddenly dismay, out popped a small bird with the face of Lily Allen.
Great dreams.
dreams.
Dear.
Lovely
Dream.
dreams.
Okay.
Lovely
Yeah.
dreams. It sounds like people have really understood what Jim Brown's about.
Mm. Some of
What
them
their
are
imaginations firing on.
Okay, Fontes, which one do you think was Jim's real dream?
It's going to be the Lily Allen. It's perfect.
Okay,
say that so
straight in there.
certainly, Ollie.
Huh?
Say it so certainly.
Oh, I'm so certain of that one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Russ.
What was the one before Lily Allen? Was that the sort of superhero dream?
Would you like to hear it again, Russell? Just like the notes. It was kind of
Yeah,
Gotham,
just a little sort of top.
Gotham City's attacked by these multicoloured pigs. They're wearing overalls. Team up with Indiana Jones, Scooby-Doo. Well, the gang of Scooby-Doo. Sadly, Scooby had a bit of a dippy tummy. Built a trap. Didn't catch anyone, and the bad guys ate everybody.
I'm going for that one.
Okay, and I think it's the one where you could fly really high, really, really, really high, and then you were sad when you woke up.
So
You are correct, Joe. You are correct.
Oh, good.
Yes, correct. What?
I'm Lily Allen. Yeah.
Sure, it's Lily Allen.
In your face,
Motherfucker.
fonts. Right. Do
Okay.
you want my shameful
Yeah.
secret?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And what's your question, Dan? Last one.
Mine is, what is your most shameful secret? So, my most shameful secret is I am actually the reason The Simpsons stopped being funny. During a chance encounter with series creator Matt Groening, we talked and supped and spoke of many things before bidding Groening a good night, and I disclosed a harsh reality to Groening, one that forced him to stare so squarely into the meaningless void of human existence that the light left his eyes and was never the same again. What was my most shameful secret? Sadly, I have too many to bear all here today. I once kind of cheated a younger kid out of his pogs because I owned a metal slammer which basically would always win. And we played to win and he obviously lost due to my unfair advantage. Very shameful. When I was 13, I was arguing with my stepsister. She was being really annoying. So I somehow thought it would be a good idea to spunk in her cup of tea. I thought it would be like milk, but it got all congealed and went into blobs. I stirred it a lot and gave it to her. She noticed something was wrong with it right away and didn't drink it. But she never knew it was me. Never knew it was because I used my own natural Dan milk. What is my most shameful secret? Dan is not my real name. It's actually Buttercup. I'm ashamed that I've never told anyone until today. Everyone thinks Dan Reed. Tough guy, hard as nails, cool dude, but hot but approachable, and good with the ladies. Never had a problem with the ladies, but I am Buttercup. Phew. Feels good. Dan Reed is dead. Long live Buttercup. Juniper pipping stockings. Oh yeah, Reed is fake too, but that's a story for another day. Or my most shameful secret. So I work with people with learning difficulties, and on a trip out one day, I accidentally shit myself on the bus. Fart gone wrong, really wrong. I was obviously embarrassed as fuck as the stench became all-encompassing, so I had to very publicly make out that the guy I was caring for had shat himself instead. I'm going straight to hell. Which one of those shameful secrets? All of them shameful, some of them less secret than others.
Yeah. Okay, could you very quickly recap the first two?
Yep. So the first one is I met Matt Groening, and I'm the reason that the series stopped being funny. The second
Quite
one,
plausible.
Very plausible. Second one was I cheated at Pogs, and the third one was when I was 13. I wanked in a cup of something.
Okay, I'm going to go for. I think your most shameful secret is the Pogs.
Pogs. You must think I'm a man.
Not that shameful, but
No.
I can imagine you taking everyone's Pogs with your metal kini, as I believe it was called.
Very good. Very good.
Russ, which do you think is
Yeah, I'm going
Dan's
Pogs
shameful
too.
secret?
Yeah, Pogs.
Pogs for Russ. Double Pogs.
Pogs.
Ollie?
I really want to go for this funky tea, but it's blatantly the Pogs.
I don't know. He's got a spunky tea.
No, I'm going to go Pogs. Definitely Pogs.
Don't drink tea
Okay,
at my
and
house.
Jim?
Well, he's actually got all my pogs. So I know that I was the kid in that story, so I know that that's the one.
Okay, Dan, tell the truth.
It
What
is
was
the
your most shameful
Pogs.
secret?
Yeah.
Oh! Yes!
Yes, Pogs.
It's Pogs.
Wow.
There we go.
Lovely
Shameful.
stuff. Now we all know a little bit more about each other, and that's good for friendship and for life and for truth.
Have we got any more? We've got
Fontaine.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got one left. Sorry, Fonz.
Come on.
One
Headline
more.
action.
Okay. So my biggest what is my biggest regret? So it was the summer of 2005. The nights were long, the skirts were short, and I was getting free drinks at the rescue rooms, the local hip cat swing bar. The smoking ban was just a cancerous dot on the horizon, and everyone was chuffing away indoors like absolute legends. I had taken a combination of legal highs of unknown strength, found myself back at a student dorm room with 4 lovely, lovely young ladies, like all 8s or higher. Things were looking good for old Dickie. There were winks, a bit of massaging, and talk of doing something crazy. It was all even smoother than a seal covered in olive oil. Unfortunately, Harris had also come along, and he had taken far more legal highs than me. Rare situation, but it sometimes does happen. He progressed from a fumbled strumming on the acoustic guitar and singing to the bevy of young ladies to grinding teeth, rolling his eyes back into his head and pleading with me to take him home. Friendship trumped the one-eyed mutt and glutton, and I took him home, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory and missing out on my only potential fivesome. Oh, okay.
I remember that night. It was a good
Yeah,
night.
it was a big night, man. It was a big night. Okay, biggest regret. I was once offered the opportunity to join the prestigious School of Martial Arts just outside Stoke. Fucking wicked School of Martial Arts, I've got to say. I often wonder how different my life would have been if I pursued a career in martial arts, ninjaing and combat-based trades. How different things could have been. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So what's my biggest regret? Nothing. Regret is simply a sensation that humans feel to excuse doing embarrassing or slightly untoward actions. As a professional in both activities, I've managed to completely eradicate all sense of emotion, with just the exceptions of hunger and glee. On that train of thought, however, I've been waiting since the age of 6 for a full-size Big Mac to come out, and for a month period, McDonald's released the Grand Mac. I was unaware of said promotion, and after 29 years of size disappointment, resulting in having to buy at least 2 Big Macs to satisfy my hunger lust, I missed out and lived my childhood dream by one day, never to be repeated again. Grand Mac is my biggest regret. Okay, we have got my biggest regret. The ingredients were 3 insanely attractive university students, 2 bottles of vodka, 1 case of erectile dysfunction, 1 bottle of Viagra, 2 shaky hands, 1 empty bottle of Viagra, a ditch by the side of the road, my bed for the night. My biggest regret. I once met Geordie Shore's Sarah Goodhart at an after party. I was balls deep in vodka. What? Okay, interesting. And the vibe I was giving off was nonchalant as fuck. She was taking the bait. Her friend asked if I could join them for a threesome. I went back to her flat and she noshed me off whilst her friend, who turned up near him, whacked me in the face. I decided to scarper quickly, but left my Carhartt vest at their flat. Sadly, it was covered in other man's crusty jizz. I miss old vest. Hey, so which one is it?
I mean, it could legitimately have been any of those.
Really, very accurate descriptions of nights that I've either been on or heard about previously.
I'm crying.
That's good. I'm going to applaud everyone for that mix. So it's okay. So it's taking Rob home because he was too fucked. Not getting a fivesome. The Grand Mac, Big Mac, the martial arts, the Viagra, sleeping in a ditch, and the game. So you've got some pretty good ones. Discuss.
It sounds like a week on tour with the money.
Pretty similar to that. Yeah. That's quite good. It's quite good fun. So, Jim, what do you reckon?
Well, as they all say, Ollie, it is so plausible.
Plausible, yeah.
Which is the most plausible. I'm going to go with the handshaky Viagra.
Handshaky bottle of Viagra in the ditch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard your name linked to ditches in the past, so I'm just going on form.
Yeah, it's on form. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, to be fair. I'm just going to wait for Webby to sit. You ready, Webby?
Yeah.
What do you reckon it is?
I don't know that. Yeah, I think I'm with Jim. I think the Viagra had the ring of truth about it.
Okay. Viagra Town, yeah?
But I'm going to Viagra Town. Yeah.
Okay, you're going to Viagra Town. Excellent. Okay, Russell Garnett, which one?
I think the word was it karate?
The martial arts.
I'm going to go with martial arts, yeah, because all the others I almost certainly know to be true. So,
okay. So the martial arts is definitely. So what? Okay.
That's an interesting approach, Russ. Well, I know the others are true.
Wow, Stanley boys, you've all got them wrong, motherfuckers.
Hey.
Yeah, it was the Grand Mac. The Grand Mac is my biggest regret. I missed out on it by one day. I've been waiting for a full-size, like a Whopper-sized Big Mac since I was 6. 29 fucking years. I missed it by one day. So, yeah. Anyway.
That sounds more plausible now that you're talking about it.
Yeah, I'm talking. The other stories.
That we were all thinking along very much the same lines of portraying the kind of thing Fontaine might have done.
But of course, no regret. And the thing is, we couldn't catch him out because he didn't regret any of those evenings.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love the game. We all had fun. Everyone laughed, and it was a good time. So let's move on from there. I think you'll all agree I'm doing a bang-up job of hosting this thing.
It's going good. It's all right.
Stan Reed, very, 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 very capable shoes. Can you have capable shoes?
I've got.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so what game should we do next? We've got Knowing Meme, Knowing You. We've got Russ's promise of something fantastic, but we don't quite know what it is. Or we've got. Is there another game, or is that it?
What's Russell's game? I've heard it's mega content.
Yeah. All right, Russ. Do you want to wow us with a game of mega content?
Yeah, we could do that.
Money, money, money. Buys toast and honey. Money, money, money. But I got no clothes. Money, money, money. Your nose is running. Money, money, money. Funny. Money.
What?
So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off with Joe, because he's played the game before, and for Jim and for anybody else who may not have seen the game, what you need to do is describe the last 7 days that you have experienced, but you need to add in these extra elements which I'm sending over, and you need to add them in just naturally. It might be obvious what the elements are. It may not be obvious. It's not too much of a bother, but the key is you've got to get as many of these in the 1 minute 30 seconds as possible, and I'll be keeping score to make sure that happens. Right, Joe, just had your messages sent over. Joe, tell us about your week.
So I've been trying to suck up to my boss. The last week I've been on holiday. I said to my boss, we should go to the beach together. I'll drive and we can share the petrol money. So he's my boss, so I told him, give me some sugar. I'm your neighbour, because I should have mentioned this. He recently moved into my street. But the issue is, he said, no, I'm not splitting the bill. No way, don't care, shut up. So I thought, well, he's my boss, so I better just go to the beach and pay for the petrol, because what else can I do? Anyway, when I got there, I refused to take my shoes off, even though it was really sandy. He thought it was really bizarre, but I'm really worried that I've got fat toes. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to take off the shoes and expose myself. Anyway, but anyway, so at the beach, I thought, well, why not get a lovely little ice cream? Cadbury's Flake, more like Big Joey's Waka Waka cake. Nom nom nom. My thighs can take a vacation. So it's not just the fat toes I was worried about. It's the old thighs as well. But anyway, it was a really nice time at the beach. In fact, we had a game of volleyball. I was on the girls' team, and I was making some headway. There were a load of boys against us. I scored the winning point. I said, "Girls 1, boys 0. Suck it up, sugar."
Okay, you got 10 seconds left.
Okay, I'm not sure how I can fit. And I was trying to look nice for my time with my boss, because I should have mentioned that he is a man who likes men. So I bought some new beard trimmers, but I'm mostly just using to shave my arm hair these days, because I've been going to the beach more and I want to look buff and trim.
Okay, time up. Right, not time up. Not bad.
That was pretty good, man.
Not bad at all. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, a lot of that was just your own content there. You only got 2 or 3 things from the actual...
Are you absolutely having a laugh?
No, okay. Maybe there were a few more. It's difficult to tell. As I say, it was a bit like the last game. Sometimes I think it's what I've told you. Sometimes it might have been what you actually genuinely did that week. Dan?
Yeah.
Next one up is you. I'm going to give you a few seconds to praise your answers there.
Yeah.
And you're going to have about 1 minute 30, as Joe did, to reel these into your latest week. So, Dan, how was your week?
My last week was very nice. I bought some beard trimmers, but mostly use them to shave my eyebrows, because I get these really thick, like slug-like eyebrows. So I'd like to try and keep those nice and trim in preparation for the summer. Because the summer in Cornwall is the most beautiful. You will see the most beautiful Cornish sunshine I've ever seen. You will see that if you come here. It's 15 degrees and cloudy. It's lovely here. It's been fantastic. We went to Lou, and I went for a pasty at my favourite pasty shop, and they had a special on, and it was called the Susanna Reid, and I told the guy support, I was like, this is the best pasty. I go, Susanna Reid, say no more, wink wink, wank wank. So we had to catch the bus to get to Lou. So I was on the bus as always when I heard improvise what you heard, and I thought, what? That's a strange saying. So we sat on the beach, and I was getting a bit thirsty. So I was thinking, what would satisfy my thirst? And I was thinking probably about 3 litres of Diet Coke, but and a Big Mac. I felt positively presidential.
Okay, you've got 10 seconds left.
I was getting a bit hot, and I was getting a bit fat, and I was sat on the beach, and I thought I need a quick nip and tuck, and I was off to work, fresh as a daisy.
Okay, time's up.
The Weaver.
Oh, very good. Very strong, Dan. Very strong. Incorporated a lot of the content into your week there, but also quite a interesting week that you had.
Thank you.
Which is always nice to see. Jim, you're up next.
Yes, mate.
Now, if you just check your little Facebook message there, what you'll find is some suggestions that you may or may not wish to incorporate into your week. So I'll give you a few seconds just to see those. Whilst I just tot up the scores. I mean, Dan, that was impressive. I mean, this is...
7, mate. I counted.
I don't want to compare like for like, but Dan...
Top notch as always. Always my best game, isn't it, Russ? Always.
It is one of your best games, Dan. I always look forward to
Stop
doing
sucking
this one.
up to it.
Okay.
I can't take any of the credit. It's the guy who writes the game, you know. It's...
And it's the player who plays the game. Right. Jim, and let's hear about your week.
Okay, so I recently went to Trent Park, which is a lovely park in the northern region of London, and I was going to flip off, get a bit of sun on the old skin. I was feeling a bit self-conscious. My friend said, "What's up?" And I said, "Well, my concern is back fat." She said, "Well, if you exercise really, really quickly, then you'll get rid of the back fat." And I said, "Well, are you trying to say that I need to, you can only really say, shake it like a Polaroid picture?" She said, "That's exactly the expression I'm looking for." So to burn off the fat, we went for a walk around Trent Park, and I was telling her about a time that I took a tour of the St Austell Brewery, which was, Gary Swift was there, frozen in amber, and it was astonishing, really, that she knew who Gary Swift was, because she's not from Liscard or even knows where St Austell is. And said, "You know, what else is good about living in Cornwall?" And I said, "Well, you can get a microwave meal for one, and there's a service." And I said, "Brilliant." So we were walking further around the park, where we came across a lovely scene, and the sun had just gone down. It was the most beautiful Cornish scene I'd ever seen, I'd said to her. 15 degrees and cloudy. Now,
Okay, 5 seconds left.
we went for some food. She said, "What do you fancy?" And I said, "Well, maybe some spaghetti bolognese, or as I call it, spaghetti browninaise, because my surname's Brown." She said, "Well, what's the secret ingredient?" I said, "Well, it's my pubic hair weaved into an Afro-style mesh."
Okay, that's enough about your week there, Jim.
Thanks, dude.
Very good, Jim. Very good.
Very
That's
good.
awesome.
Very strong. You've been following Dan on this, I can tell. Looks have just might have gone to the wrong person. Okay, Ollie, you've got a few seconds to check over to Pracy what may have been happening in your week. Again, remember what I told Joe. The short ones are easy to get in, but they are worth far fewer points. To go big or go home. Are you ready to tell me about your week?
Yes, I am there, Russell.
Go for it.
I've been,
From now.
Okay, now. Okay, yeah. So I've had to learn some songs this week. There's a song by Outkast, you know that song, "Hey, yeah." And it's got this bit, and I keep passing out every time I try and sing it. It just goes, all right, 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 all right. And I said, what's cooler than cool? Ice cool. Oh my God, yeah, fucking nightmare, man. Try doing that. I did it without passing out. Genius. Anyway, so I got that bit done. So, I don't know. I've also just been sort of, contemplating maybe doing a bit of manscaping and that kind of thing. So, I bought some new beard trimmers, but mostly using to shave my toe and ankle hair these days, basically, because this is just, perfection already. What can you do? Yeah, and noticing, I went into town, and it's the first time I've been able to wear a vest in public, so I'm quite happy about this kind of thing. And so basically, I was just walking past this lady, and she was just there reciting pi up to 16 digits, and I shall now demonstrate 3.159 3862 24 564 Anyway, so I said, "Ayo, hello, Moo." She was like, "Wow, wow, TikTok, biggity bam bam, telephone, oh no, 01111001111001100. Oh my god, this is fucking impossible, Russell."
Alright, got 10 seconds left.
Okay, so after we had a bit of binary flirts, you know, and I just said, "Ollie says no." Da 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 da. That's all I got to say to you.
Okay, time up. Very well done.
Okay, now.
Very strong performances all round. So we'll come back to the final scores at the end of the show, as
Lovely.
we always do. Dan, back to you.
Lovely. Joe, back to you.
All right, thanks. Ollie, over to you.
All right, gang. Jim, over to you, gang.
Thanks. Dan, I think it's you, isn't it?
Excellent. Great. Welcome back, and over to you,
Oh,
Joe.
Dan, I've got scores. Scores have been totted up, if you like.
Excellent. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so despite strong performances all round, Fontaine took it by quite a considerable distance there, 15-0.
Oh,
Yeah, woo.
very good. Very good.
15, bloody hell.
Strong
Fons.
first
Well done.
entrance, Jim. You tumbled and got 0. Dan, I thought it was going well, and when I look back on paper, it wasn't what I'd actually written down. It was quite bad. Same as Joe. And that's all we can say about that one. But well done, Ollie.
Okay.
Cheers, guy.
No one scored any points apart from Ollie.
Brilliant.
Got 50.
I demand an official inquiry into that. I'll be having strongly worded emails with the creator of Slapback.
You did crack.
Anyway, great game, Russ, as always. Okay, moving on to what must surely be one of the last segments of the show.
When you're feeling down, when you're feeling blue, there's a place where you can go. Where? Sex clubs. Yeah, like that. Sex clubs. Sex clubs. Yeah, up the bum.
I thought that this podcast has been going on and off for a number of years.
Very true.
It's the unloved cousin of the podcast world. It's the unspoken stepchild of the digital medium. It's criminally ignored. It's often overlooked. We haven't been nominated one Internet Radio Award, which is ridiculous. Many of the videos that we put out have under 10 views, and we all know that most of them come from Dan. So I thought we need to spice things up. We need to get the name out there because the content is all
gold.
here. There's no
That's
problem
unarguable.
with what's in here. It's everyone else that's the problem. So I thought what we need to do is we need to get the name Slapback out there. One of the ways I thought to do this was to attach the Slapback logo to kind of popular memes that we create, much in the way that Britain first get a lot of likes on the internet by kind of showing pictures of someone kicking a dog in the face and say like, repost if you think that this is not okay. And then everyone reposts it and Britain first get a load of likes and they... So I thought, let's just shamelessly piggyback on that kind of horrible social media stuff. And I've broken down the most popular memes. I've done some research, and I've broken down the most popular memes into 4 categories. And they are sassy. So think of, for example, a picture of Marilyn Monroe next to text saying something like, "So I'm a bitch with a wine problem. At least I'm me." You get a lot of those shared. A business motivation style meme. For example, a picture of a mountain and text that says over the top of it, "Don't ask if you can climb it, ask when you can climb it, and then bloody well climb it." Third most popular kind of meme is a kind of philosophical, faux deep kind of meme, where you'll see like something like a picture of a feather on a beach with text that says, "Live your life like a butterfly, take a rest, but don't forget to fly." And the last one is like wacky office humor kind of memes, where, for example, there would be a clock, but all the numbers are replaced with wine, and text that said, "Did somebody say wine o'clock?" So, we all recognise those as kind of social media tropes?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
All right.
Posted some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I
9 o'clock, classic. Ooh, 8.
Yeah. So let's think about. Let's go for category 1. Sassy woman kind of memes. The kind of thing with where people basically admit to being a complete arsehole and then say, "At least I'm me," or "At least I'm honest." First of all, what could the picture be, or what could the text be? Any thoughts?
And what are we promoting again?
Well,
We're promoting us. So
The podcast. Right.
So we would a Slapback logo on the meme. You see.
And we'll get post-production will fix this for us.
This is all going to be done in post-production. Don't worry about that. The post,
Right.
yeah. I've hired an intern, little Daniel. Yeah. He's really keen. He's a good little work experience boy.
Okay.
I promised him that his stint goes well, that there might be a little bit more intern work at the end.
In the pipeline.
It's just really fun.
I'm keen as mustard, so set me to work.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we need a sassy meme that promotes the podcast.
But it doesn't have to have the word Slapback in it. So we're going to
Right.
put the logo of Slapback at the bottom of the meme.
Okay.
All we need is for people to share it. So the kind of sassy bullshit content that people share that kind of basically says, "So I'm a bitch. At least I say things how it is." That kind of bullshit. So the kind of thing would get the most shares. Any ideas?
Okay, so what picture?
So what's popular at the moment? Like yoga? That's popular?
Yeah.
Huh?
But it would probably need to, if it was going to be sassy, it would need to subvert yoga. So it would need to say something like "downward dog," more like "hair of the dog," or something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, you just cracked
That's
it.
great. So we could subvert yoga phrases. So what are the other positions? So downward dog, more like hair of the dog, slapjack, flapjack.
I think for some reason people like saying stuff about wine. So, like,
Okay.
that seems to be a thing where like
Do
people.
we need to do it about wine?
Well, but yeah, it could be about yoga, but like, downward dog, more like wine o'clock. Am I right, ladies? That kind of.
Yeah, that kind of thing. What's yoga sound like? Jaeger. Ooh.
Yes.
Nice, Ollie.
Okay, yeah.
Let's have a yoga bomb.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yoga bombs all around for you. Women.
Yoga bomb. Yoga
Jaeger
bomb.
bombs all around for us.
For us.
No, because we'd lose our female viewer.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, would you be offended by that? and
No,
stop watching?
I would be fine.
Okay, we're all right then.
What?
Yeah, I like the thought of replacing yoga with Jaeger.
That's nice.
Yeah, something along those lines. So how would we do it? I've been
So
going
what?
to.
You normally have like yoga classes, yeah? So we could have Jaeger glasses.
Oh,
Ah.
it could be a picture of someone in looking disgruntled in like yoga or fitness gear, and just the line, "I thought you said Jaeger. What the WTF?"
Ah.
I'm gonna see if I can make.
That's it.
See if I can-
That's the one of what you said. Nice. Yeah, I think that's got it, man.
That doesn't get shared with sassy people all around the
Mm.
world. Okay, so are we settled on that?
Happy. That sounds great. I think we've really workshopped that.
Strong,
out.
Joe.
Okay, all right. This next category is probably my favourite. So the kind of thing that is shared by absolute pricks. So business motivation memes. So the kind of thing where Yeah, so the example I gave is I made this example up, but we'll obviously use a different one. So don't ask if you can climb it, ask when you can climb it, and then bloody well climb it.
Right.
So that
So
that
we need a sort of stock phrase that's used in business, and then we need to go through it or push it or break around it.
Yeah.
So what's the stock phrase that would be used in business?
Could you have like the
I've got a meeting at 9 a.m. and we could say,
I love meetings.
I love meetings.
That's a business, right?
yeah,
See you at 9.
that's
I
my
love
kind of
meetings.
business meeting.
Could you have
What
like
other kind of businessy things are there? It's like blue sky thinking.
Yes,
like,
what about this? Blue sky thinking, more like
what you're drinking?
what are you drinking?
Oh, that you're back to the sassy me.
It's too sassy, man.
No, it should be like this. Blue sky thinking, more like space rocket thinking. Get rid of the sky. I'm out in space. Space rocket thinking. Slap chat, frat chat, chat, chat.
Russ, what is this show called?
slap, I don't know, what is it? Slap chat, shack? Is it? Slap shack.
The Crabshack.
Crabshack boys.
Crabshack boys.
Whilst you guys were busy doing blue sky thinking, we were off doing space rocket thinking. Slap chat, Crabshack. With a space rocket bursting through the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. That could be one.
That's very strong. Any other contenders for kind of bit like business jargon that you can kind of? So what do they have in business?
Well, you've got to think outside the box is a classic one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, the cover of Eat, Pray,
How about
Love.
they told me to think outside the box, so I bought the box and then I sold it.
I bought the box low and sold high. Boom.
Yeah, boom! You're a twat.
That's good. That's a good one. I think that'll do well.
Right, okay, I got one. Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
The book cover for Eat, Pray, Love, and it just says buy, sell, win.
But how will people know it's Eat, Pray, Love?
Because it'll be the book cover of Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh,
What's
right,
Eat,
but
Pray, Love?
buy, sell, win. Slapjack, Crabshack.
Can we change the name of the show?
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to upset. We can up to 2 people, but we can do it.
Okay. That sounds good. Are there any other business phrases that we're missing out on here? Or have we caught most of them?
Oh, what do business people say when they have like profit expectations? What's that called?
May I interject? Are we not
Go.
overlooking in the current era we're living in the ultimate businessman we have to learn from, the mighty President Trump?
Yeah.
He taught us all the power of business speak, the art of the deal, all that other stuff he did. Becoming president, and being like an average businessman. What lessons can we learn from Herr Trump? I mean, Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should aim higher than just business. We should aim to be global presidents.
Yeah,
Kings.
that's right.
Gods.
World domination.
Yeah.
I think you got-
They could, maybe it could be, you're fired. You're fired. You're all fired. I fire everyone. You're all fucking gone.
Could it be
That's bad,
soft,
actually. Forget that. Move away from that. That was a
Okay, or
thing.
what
could
about
it be soft
you-
focus forest with the the kind of, is it then the feather in focus? Is this the kind of motivational backdrop you often see? And then just grab them by the pussy.
Yes.
But it's got to be business related. So it could be business competitors. I grab them by the pussy.
Yeah.
Grab them by the pussy, then money.
Yeah.
Yeah, then pound signs.
Grab them by the pound signs.
Yeah, I think that would work quite well.
That's the one. Going by the pound signs, yeah.
Okay.
5 pound signs.
Okay, Dan, you getting all these down for post-production to work on?
I will. Yeah, I'm doing the research. I'm getting my head down.
Okay.
Okay. The next category is the kind of thing that's like philosophical or faux deep. And the reason I kind of came across this is there was a particular author, or who I thought was an author, that kept getting shared by a number of people on my Facebook timeline, and the author was called S.C. Lowry. Now, you know, if you've got initials in a name, that's a bona fide author, right? You know, you got your T.S. Eliot's, you got your J.R. Tolkien's. You know, if you've got two initials before the surname, then you're a proper author. So I thought, and it was all this kind of it was all this kind of self-help bullshit that didn't really mean anything. So I googled who S.C. Lowry was, and they haven't written a book in their lives. They are literally it's a woman from London who creates Facebook memes.
Brilliant.
I see.
S.C. Lowry.
Well, we can do that.
We can do that. So I would say, one, we've got to create a name, because that gives it some legitimacy.
I think I've got an idea for the name.
SB Frat.
Crabshack.
SB Crabshack.
SB Crabshack.
SB Crabshack.
That's got to be the name of the show, isn't it? SB
Yeah.
Crabshack.
Okay, so it's SB Crabshack. And what did SB Crabshack say as...
So it's this kind of thing. It's this kind of thing, like something like, you know, breathe, pretty woman, take a rest, breathe it in, you know, but never forget you are who you are and they are who they are, or that kind of airy-fairy absolute nonsense.
Could we?
Okay, well, maybe we should...
Could we combine the philosophical nature of this with some nautical crab-based ness?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they said,
So, like,
they said to keep going forwards, but I said no. I'll go sideways.
Yeah.
When you can't go forward, go sideways. SB Crabshack.
Sometimes there were 4 footprints. Other times there were just 2. That was when I was up on my side.
Yeah, so, but doesn't it have to be a bit more like we're missing out the male market, because there's a female market saying, hey there, beautiful woman, you be true to yourself. So with the men's market, it could be like, hey there, hunky guy, you're good at sports and eating.
Come down to Crabshack.
Claw your way to the top of the business ladder.
Nice.
And write the art, and they wrote the art of the deal. You will be king of England.
This is.
I can see it now. This is gonna make us. It's gonna like rocket us to success, isn't it?
Because the men could be looking at it going, "Oh,
Crabshack.
yeah, SG Crabshack told me that I could be king of England."
That is the kind of stuff that really helps you get out of bed in the morning. Isn't it?
Yeah. I like something like, yeah, I like that. That's good. Something. Can it be even more nonsensical bullshit though? So something that literally means nothing but sounds deep.
Okay, what about this? You, he, woman, man, triumph, turbo, +1
.com
equals super success. In the night time.
I think I like the start of it. I feel like you started to veer off towards the business success.
All right, yeah, I got a bit caught away. So what was
You're
the start?
you're trying to cover all markets, but
Okay.
I like the start of you, he, we, us, them, equals relationship, ?
Yes.
Breathe.
Breathe, yeah.
that would nail it. But we need an image though, wouldn't we? Something that
Yeah.
goes with that. What
Dragon.
could that image be? A dragon. A dragon. That's very good.
A dragon is a good one. A dragon is very good.
And with the backdrop of a St George's cross.
Nice.
No,
That's patriotic.
No,
That's patriotic.
That's the meme for next week,
Yeah.
which is a nationalistic meme. We're doing that. That would be the
Follow.
other category, which I haven't. There's a number of categories which I haven't put this week.
Okay, so it could just be a dragon in front of a polka dot picnic blanket.
Yeah, it could just be that. It could just be.
Because that's not tied to any one nation.
Boom.
Bang.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a dragon in front of you, me, he, them, us.
Equals
Relationships? Question marks.
Breathe.
breathe. The
Done.
dragon in front of a polka dot.
Could it be hashtag breathe?
Hashtag breathe.
Hashtag breathe your breath.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Breathe or just breathe or breathe your breath. What do you think?
Could we do two versions? Could we test them out?
We
See
could.
what the
Yep.
feedback is? See which one
Breathe
gets.
your best breath.
Breathe your breath. Breathe your best breath. That could be its own one, couldn't it?
Breathe your best breath. Just yeah. SB Crabshack.
Yeah. That's good. That's really good.
I like
That's
that's,
good.
that's very good. That is very
Breathe your
good.
best breath. SB Crabshack.
What's the image though? What's the image for breathe your best breath? SP Crabshack.
Crab.
Dandelion getting blown by a breath.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes,
That's good.
yes.
Strong.
Or plus an angle poised lamp, sort of a shadow, like a silhouette. A silhouette of the
Yeah. Silhouette and
dandelion. With the moon, crescent moon, just dipping over the horizon.
How soft a focus do you think is going to be required for words like that?
Super, like cling film.
Super
Stop.
soft. Fragile, those words.
Yeah. Okay. And the last one is kind of. I mean, we're absolutely nailing this. The last one is wacky office humor. So, like the picture of a clock, we've replaced the numbers with bottles of wine, and then someone says, "Did someone say wine o'clock?"
Yes.
Or like
Okay.
following on for. You don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps kind of
Mm.
vibe.
Okay, a picture of an office and like a drawer, and it says, "I bring a shotgun to get through the day." If Candy says another fucking word,
Little dart.
I'm this close.
yeah, I'm fucking this close. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, you might need a hashtag with that. Like, could that be "I'm this close" hashtag crazy? Question mark.
Hashtag,
Question mark.
hashtag I hate Mondays.
I hate Mondays.
I think having something about Fridays is always good. You know, like the kind of strong angle, like Fridays don't mind if I Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
and then a picture
Picture of Scooby Doo.
throwing paper in the air.
Yeah. So what is the theme with Fridays? A sort of wild abandonment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
that right?
Thank God it's Friday. Now it's
Yeah.
the week. Oh, better not tell the boss what I did on the weekend. Yeah, that kind of.
So Friday, my day. Hi, Dave.
I've got it. Friday, my day, Monday, Friday.
Hey.
Wait, I'm confused. My day, Friday, Monday.
Friday.
No,
Friday.
Friday is Friday, my day, Monday, Friday.
Oh, Friday. That's a bit depressing at the end. It sort of tails off. I thought what you were saying was Friday, my day, Monday, Friday.
That might be better.
Every day is Friday.
Yeah,
You could have every day of the week crossed out and then just 7 Fridays.
Yeah, and then
Hashtag crazy, question mark.
And then underneath that, we could just have someone saying, "I love Fridays."
Eating some chicken.
Are we going to get product placement into any of these, or are these just to promote the podcast initially?
Well, we
Because
can.
Dan mentioned there you could put chicken in that easily and just pop KFC at the bottom.
Yeah.
Bang.
Bang.
2 billion global worldwide audience.
Yeah, repost.
Okay.
Repost KFC.
I need to get Sports Direct in there as well.
Yeah, man.
So-
You do it. Get some more
That's it.
shorts.
They give me some jit, man. Like,
They're like, "Where's my
Yeah,
slapback
I'm on.
money?"
where's the fucking revenue? Oh, well.
So how are we going to tie that into kind of wacky work memes? Thank
Oh,
God
you
it's-
got 2 people like, clinking, yeah, it's Friday, and they've both got Sports
Sports
Direct.
Direct, yeah, boom.
yeah, it's Friday. You off to Sports Direct? You bet your chicken nugget chicken I am.
Let me eat my Mars bar.
You bet your Singer Tower burger I am.
Yeah. Dyson as well. Just put Dyson. One of them could say.
Okay, so something along the lines of, thank God it's Friday, Dyson.
No, because that could be the name of the person. Thank God it's Friday, Dyson, and they could say, "Sure is, Morphy Richards. I'm so pleased."
Chrissy Benedict.
You don't even notice it's in there, do you? It's seamless.
Yeah,
Subtle.
subtle, like under the skin.
Subliminal to the
Yeah.
key.
Very, very subtle. Okay, well, I reckon that we've got some pretty strong contenders there. So we'll join. We'll come back to this in the next podcast. We'll see how many of those, if not all of them, have been shared on social media. How many
We
times?
put the memes up, and then we count up.
Exactly. We'll share them on the Slapback Chat Frat page.
Yeah.
And then every time they're shared from that page, it will be a kind of, promoting the page.
Yeah.
So we'll see which one of those does the best, how many gets the most reposts, and by this time next week or by the next podcast, will be internet sensations.
Rolling
Okay.
in money.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't quite worked out how this equals revenue yet,
But it does. It definitely does.
Just does.
that's a little kind of niggling doubt, but I'm sure with our collective minds we can work out how sharing a meme by SP Crabshack can absolutely bring in the punts. All right, well, at 2 minutes to 10, I'm going to call it there.
Beautiful.
And say thank you very much for a wonderful episode of Slapback Crabshack. We all had a lovely time. We've set out the goals and objectives that we set to conquer, and I think we've exceeded them, if anything. So until next time, Slapback Chat Wrap. Bye, lads.
Bye. See you
Bye,
later.
everyone.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Slapback Chat Frat.